Hi and welcome back to Let's Play Donkey Kong Country. This is part 3. We're doing Vulture Culture in Vine Valley.
You see, they don't just do alliteration, they do little rhymes sometimes as well with the level titles, which I quite like.
It's like when you're about 9 and you discovered that you can do things with words like that.
Well, I think since the levels are so short, the names aren't terribly important. It's not like you're making a whole Mario 64 world where like you've only got 15 of them, so you might as well come up with something like tick-tock clock, which again is rhyming, but never mind. And alliteration in the same name, that's value.
Do you know what always annoys me?
What's that?
Women, no, I'm joking.
I knew, yeah.
What annoys me is that in Mario 64 there's a level called...
Didn't do very well. Anyway, carry on.
There's a level called Jolly Roger's Bay, and then in Banjo-Tooie there's a level called Jolly Roger's Lagoon. Lazy.
Not even the same developers, Ben.
But that's what I mean. Everyone who worked on
there's a
Banjo-Tooie
pirate.
must have played Mario 64.
Yeah,
There's no way they didn't know that's the name.
But to be honest, they put in more effort, Rare. Like, they've got a character called Jolly Roger. It's very much more pirate-based. Whereas if you go to Mario's Jolly Roger Bay, I think the only reference to pirates is a ghost pirate that you never actually see, and a pirate ship, which isn't that impressive. It's more about the eel and the swimming, I think, in that level for me.
Right. How many people can name the person who invented the light bulb, and how many people can name the person who improved the light bulb?
Anyway.
I know the person who invented the light bulb isn't actually well.
So, now this did take a few tries, because Vulture Culture does have quite a few instant death moments. Like, these barrels can be quite annoying, because getting them to fire upwards is frustratingly tricky. Not that I have to do that often, but there's a few times where you do, and it's irritating. But this is okay, this isn't so bad.
I mean, I think they're pretty forgiving, these barrel bits. Like, unless you like fire yourself into a bee, you're all right, really.
Yeah, like I think it's maybe in Diddy Kong's Quest where some of the barrel sections can be a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
But this level annoys me, if only because the enemies seem to just fall out of nowhere. Now, you know, when I was recording this, somebody else was sort of watching me do it, and they commented that they didn't like this, and I tried to sort of justify it because I was being defensive, even though I agree with them. My justification was that they're in treetops, and well, there's different layers of trees, and they could easily fall out of them.
Sorry, what was their complaint?
That the enemies just fall out of nowhere. Like
Oh,
here.
okay. Well, I mean, I think I'm getting a bit sick of people complaining about sort of realism in games. I mean, you're a monkey in a flying barrel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why does it matter that... Not they don't even complain that they're beavers, right? But... Oh, Jack.
Sorry.
I bet they didn't even pick up on the mic. Jack got a text and hasn't turned his phone to silent like a professional.
I'm not a professional, as you well know. I'm a rogue, I'm a bit of a geezer, you know, a bit rough around the edges. I know you're very technical and very good at this stuff, but, you know, I'm a bit of a way... I'll be nothing without you.
So back to the game.
Back to the game. Now, that, to me, is almost a bit of a what people would call a dick move, because I would happily have just jumped into that barrel willy-nilly.
Yeah, but
if you don't, if you
there's
get
actually
it wrong,
timing on it, yeah.
if you get it, I mean, it's not too hard to get the timing right, but if you get it slightly wrong, you're in a messy situation.
I mean, the thing is, on these barrels, there's a slight delay for it to turn and fire, so you don't do it. You need to do it slightly before, don't you?
Yeah, you need to take that into account.
I think that's the easiest thing to screw up. I thought you were Donkey Kong then.
Yeah.
Just
jumping into
devil
the
may
abyss.
care running off the edge.
So this is fine. Like, there's no way they can expect you to do anything there, and they don't make you.
Have you ever seen an Ewok in the background?
No, have you?
No, but I'm looking.
I think there might be one, like, sort of polishing a shed. Oh my word. See, this is the only reason I did that is because I want to try and look for the Ewok again, which makes no sense because this is post commentary. But we'll just roll with that.
You're just playing the game like suddenly compelled to die here.
Well, I don't know. I just forgot the level was laid out like that, and I forgot to react to the slight gap in the floor.
Yeah.
Again, almost screwed that up. But you know, That banana, by the way, I don't do it in either take, but if you shoot yourself towards it, there's a sort of bonus barrel. That you can
Yeah,
get.
that from my memory of DK games, if there's sort of a barrel leading, or some power leading to certain death, that's usually where a bonus area is.
Yeah, like there's nothing in this game or any of these games which I feel is completely unfairly leap of faithy. Like I think in some games, like you have to just sort of, oh, I'll jump down this hole and see if it's not a death pit.
Yeah.
But this game, I don't think, not to my recollection, ever does that. It's good. It's always fair with its hiddens.
Yeah, I mean,
There's always a hint.
There's those like sort of rolling jump things you have to do. You know where
Yeah, you have to sort of roll into the abyss and then jump
out
of
it,
midair.
yeah, which I think is a bit harsh.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't even know how I discovered like you could do that, but it's not intuitive. Like it's not. It doesn't make sense, and it's never explicitly given to you.
No.
So, Forest Frenzy.
I honestly thought that was going to play the final countdown then.
No, I don't know if there's any particular gimmick with this level. I think it's just a straight sort of platforming section.
Yeah.
There might be a few vines in it. Yeah, I think there's... Oh, actually, yes, I remember this level now. There's quite a tough little section with the ropes where you have to avoid like a whole gauntlet of bees and vultures.
Oh, yeah, I remember it.
Quite tense if you haven't got your both your guys, I must say. It makes you feel pretty cool if you manage to get through it without taking a hit.
Yeah.
So here's the first such section. Everything's static and quite small, so not too bad. Oh.
See, I think in terms of gameplay, this is more reminiscent of a Mario Water level. It's sort of an evasion run, yeah.
Yeah, go up and down.
And you can't really defend yourself.
No.
Whereas I think the water levels in DK are much more exploratory.
I feel like, yeah, I've said this before, but the water levels in DK are easily the best of any game of this sort of type.
Yeah.
Although Mega Man does a good job. Like
yeah. I mean, Mega Man isn't...
It's not really this type of game. It's, I mean, it is, but it isn't. You got a gun basically.
Yeah, you can still attack when you're underwater, and you can move, if anything, easier.
So, again, this isn't so bad. I feel like anyone with sort of any kind of, you know, if you can read the patterns of these bees, which isn't that hard, you can do this okay. That was me showboating a bit.
Alright.
But this is probably the most easy to mess up. Just because the sprites and the hitboxes on these things are quite long and the gaps between them are quite narrow.
Can you pull like a Mario, and if you slide down the rope on top of them, does that count as jumping on them?
I'm not sure, but I'm going to err on the side of no.
Okay.
I think, I mean, you could jump off, but then you'd lose the rope, and you don't want to do that.
And generally, when you get, would you agree that when you get a barrel and there's sort of like steps like that, generally one of them's if you can break the wall with the barrel?
Yeah.
That seems to be like the pattern for the bonus rooms.
Like, if there's a barrel and there's a bunch of like sort of inclines nearby, just chuck one at one and hope for the best.
Yeah.
But generally, if you've played this game more than once, you'll have a good idea of where most of these bonuses are anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, They're
not like so well hidden, you know what I mean? Like, they're not meant to be either.
I mean, Donkey Kong is weird in that everyone knows who Donkey Kong is, but everyone I know has played a Mario game at some point. They may not have played one of the classic ones, but generally they know what a Mario game is. Whereas everyone knows who Donkey Kong is, but
They're not necessarily played this.
no, what Donkey Kong games would they have played though? Like,
Yeah. There's these.
There's these and
DK64.
yeah. I mean,
And the other ones, the other one I can think of is like DK Jungle Beats, which is like a very obscure bongo game for the GameCube.
Yeah, I know the one you mean. I mean, there's the smaller ones, isn't there? So there's obviously the original Mario game is technically Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
And then there's Donkey Kong Jr., which is the sequel.
I quite like Donkey Kong Jr. It was, I don't know, it was a lot more challenging, I found. I remember like really wanting to borrow it all the time and never being able to, just playing it at this guy's house. Maybe that was why I liked it better, just because I didn't have it and I wanted it.
I tell you, like, I do want to LP at DK64 at some point, so it'll come up then, but you can't finish DK64 without beating the original Donkey Kong game, right?
Yeah.
Because you get a Nintendo coin, and you need both the coins to get the final
There's also
crown.
that like quite irritating jetpack game, which took me a while to finish as well.
You see, I don't think Jetpack's too hard. Like, it took a bit of time for me to get the hang of it, but
once you get it, it's not so bad.
DK took me ages to beat as a kid. And then I went back and played through it again for the last few years, and I think I beat it first time. But what was that?
That was Death Watch.
You deserve to have your balloon burst for that.
I do indeed. I think the balloons being the extra lives is a sort of a metaphor for the fragility of the lives of these creatures.
I worry sometimes
in my hands.
Our pretentious pseudo readings of what the games mean are stupid.
Well, why not?
Why not, eh?
It's our commentary and we can do what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean you'll want to watch it or listen or like us, but thing is, like, this is probably one of the sort of few chase type levels that I'm not so bothered about, because I know I can always beat them. Like, you never even see, unless like you're going really slowly for some reason, you never really even see what's chasing you unless you mess up like that.
Yeah.
But, like,
I can't believe you survived that.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that, but a win's a win.
A healthy bronze, as I would say.
Oh, well, this is something Donkey Kong Country does a lot, is they use an idea once, and they never use it again. Like, do you remember What Croc? Never see them again. This level features an orangutan enemy, quite heavily, and then never used again, as far as I can remember. Maybe they'd do it one more time, but... I mean, like, creating a sprite and an enemy is no mean feat. Like, I want to be the guy.
Yes.
Like, every level in that game has something unique about it, and he has to spend all that time coding that thing for that level particularly. Yep. Like, this is at the time this was like a premium release game. They had to come up with the orangutan art, program him, go to all that effort just for this one level. And they were more than happy to do that, which I find quite impressive.
Yeah, good on them. That was a complete waste of espresso.
It was indeed. I forgot
Killed by the first claptrap.
I forgot that you can't even touch a claptrap with the ostrich.
So yeah, I remember these orangutans now. Clearly, or I won't say clearly a reference, but I'd say clearly a reference to the original Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I always say that I want to get 100
exactly
points for jumping over each of the barrels.
Yeah, he looks exactly the same.
I like to think that Cranky is the original Donkey Kong from the arcade games, and that like they've grown out of their barrel throwing ways, but the orangutans refuse to give up the ghost and hate the Kongs for not doing the same. Doe. I forgot that one throws his barrels a little bit faster and more often, so the timing can throw you there. Not if you're good, which I'm not.
Is there like a ROM hacking community for Donkey Kong games?
Not that I know of, because you'd think you'd have. I think I would have seen that.
Because I mean, I guess since they're not sprites, it's harder to do.
Yeah, like I feel like even if you were to do a ROM hack of this game, it's not really the levels in terms of where the platforms are that really do it. It's the ideas, and every idea they do in this game, I think they use to death. Like, if you were to do a ROM hack of this game, say, I just don't think you'd be able to add much to it. I feel with Mario, they'd pretty much left loads of potential untapped in terms of what you can do with all the items and stuff.
Well, you definitely see that when you play like the Lost Levels. Like, you see like how many ideas they had, because they just really go to town on it there. And that's before you get to like Mario 3 or Super Mario World, where.
But if someone said, "Oh, I've made a Donkey Kong Country ROM hack," I wouldn't be too enthused.
No.
But anyway, that level is quite big, so I'm going to have to split it into 2 parts. So we'll see in part 4 for the rest of Vine Valley.
See you then.